quick update. We're going to have to do some maintenance in here, and I'll get back to you and show you how the maintenance has gone on. For this cucumber, it's actually a crystal lemon. We're not actually that much for them, and as you can see, it's blocking a lot of light out. It's causing, I think it's going to cause us mould issues because it's continually on the wet window. It's blocking all the light out, it's going right up into the canopy. I can't get into it to pollinate it anyway, and we're having very little of it. So for what I'm getting, it's causing me too many issues. So it's going to come out. This bean plant, this here, we've had nothing off this at all. And I actually think that the root mass of that cucumber and this bean is right by the tap, and it's causing me issues with the bell siphon at the moment we're having. So hopefully if we can take this out here, we can put this issue correct. The strawberries are just taken over, but look, hopefully in the next 2 weeks these are going to go out and go into soil anyway for winterization. The melons, we've just looked up on these melons, and we've actually made a mistake with these melons. They haven't produced us a great deal of fruit, but it's not their fault, it's ours. And look at this melon, it goes all the way through there. It must be 12, maybe 15 foot long. Didn't know enough about them. Been well impressed with the growth, but growth doesn't mean fruit. I should have stopped them at about 2 to 2.5 feet, and then the fruit comes on side shoots. Didn't know that, so I'm going to prune this one and the other melons over the other side. Excuse me, and try and rescue some of the fruit back. As you can see over here now, this melon here now still goes right the way across there. So again, on this side we're going to try and prune it back and trying to rescue it. There is 2 or 3 little melons coming on it, but for what growth we've got, it's not enough. I mean, it's just grown and grown, and that isn't the right way. It's not the plant's fault, it's my fault, but you live and learn. The cucumber here, the white cucumber, we actually quite like these, but it's looking a little bit tired and that now, so I might stop this up at the top end there and a couple of other little places. Just finish getting the last few fruits off, and then that can go. But I mean, the growth on everything has been phenomenal. This cucumber here, it's actually the crystal lemon cucumber. We don't particularly like this cucumber too much. For what you get off it, it isn't really worth it. Again, I might be having root issues here, but as you can see, it's not produced a great deal, and it's gone up here, it's looking tired, it's struggling. So we're going to take this out, and we're going to try and rescue then this melon, because this melon grows all the way down here, up here. We're going to prune that and try to grow that then up here and try and get some fruit out of that before it's too late. I mean, the tomatoes and everything now, we've taken loads of foliage off, try and get some light into the beds. We've been eating tomatoes off these by the hundreds. It's grown right up, it's come right across as the canopy, and you know, I must think of stopping these at some point. The green beans, well, purple beans these are, they're all producing plenty on, but I'm having issues at the minute with light in here and damp, the humidity. So I think this is what I've got to address today with this maintenance that's got to go on. Just cleaned all the filters out, all the pumps are cleaned out. I've got to easily see to that cucumber at the top end there, tie some of it up and try and prune that melon out that's the side of it to try and gain some fruit. There's also a melon here that goes down here and right underneath here. Again, prune that, see if we can rescue some fruit out of it. Because out of these 4 melon plants so far, we've had 1 of that knock there and 2 or 3 little ones on this side, so it's not a great production for the amount of growth we've got. and they're sucking a lot of nutrients for no reward really. Going on to the nutrients, I've had a question asked about me supplementing with small amounts of ammonia. Yeah, they have been supplementing with small amounts of ammonia because the fish are not giving me enough. Because when you look at the amount of tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers and everything in here, it's taking a lot out of the system. So with the tests and everything for the nitrates, nitrites and that, we have been supplementing small amounts of ammonia. The ammonia has showed as nil. The nitrite has showed as nil. Nitrates about 30 to 40. Although I have just started to drop the ammonia down now because the fish are giving me that little bit more. We test on a regular basis, so I have started to drop the ammonia down slightly now. I dropped it in half in fact, but hopefully in the next few weeks we'll be able to drop it out completely. We're just starting off some winter crops now, cabbages, kale, to replace in these beds when the strawberries come out and that, ready to get going so they can take over the load of when these tomatoes are finished. So I'm going to get on with this maintenance now, and I'll get back to you and show you the difference when it's all been ripped out and cleaned out hopefully. Should have a lot more light in here for the video anyway. So I'll speak to you soon. Well, it's a couple of days later now, and we took all this crystal lemon cucumber out here, which was growing up into behind the shade cloth, and the thing was always getting wet and we couldn't get the windows dry. It was blocking a lot of light out. We weren't too happy with the fruit anyway, so we've taken all that out, which has let a lot more light in here now. We've taken all these beans leaves out that was crowding out the area there. I mean, you've got to learn by some of the, I wouldn't say mistakes, but learning curve that you've got to learn by. Thinking about what you're planting, where you're planting it, and coming up with some way now of keeping the foliage off the glass. Because when we took that crystal lemon cucumber out, we did have a bit of a mould problem up there, and that's the last thing you need in your greenhouse with mould. So we've eradicated that problem now, and as I say, it's a couple of days later, and everything now is really ripening off and coming on well. We've got the tomatoes all ready. These are the yellow banana tomatoes, really beautiful them. We've got peppers that won't coming off now, chocolate peppers. There's yellow peppers over there that won't coming off. We've cut down on this melon, it's been pruned out. We're waiting for some female flowers to come on there now. Now the heat wave we had has gone, it's gone back to normal now, grey and cloudy. So the cucumbers have kicked back in again. It did get too hot in here for the cucumbers, they dried up, but they're actually coming back on now. So, you know, I've got the canopy and the beans we've got, they're everywhere. And the canopy now is coming in, it's like walking in a jungle. I'll have to come in with a machete shortly. This melon over here has just gone ballistic, but we've got plenty of fruit on it, so we're starting, another lesson we learned, we're starting to nip it out when it's at the right length, and we've got the right amount of female flowers on, and they're actually pollinating quite well. We've got them coming out all over now. In the raft, the lettuces just went berserk, they all went to seed, it was that hot in here. But same as say, we're back to normal now, so we're going to plant a few more lettuces up. We've planted some cauliflower, cabbage, red kale to get them ready to go into the beds, ready for start to grow through the winter months to keep the system running. We've harvested a lot of the celery, that's been beautiful. We're going to take this cucumber out for the next job. It's past its best. There's a couple of little fruits left on, but they nearly, when they finish, that's it. It's not really producing much more now. so that'll give me a little bit more room in this bed. This tomato I've topped off, it's got a problem, so we're just waiting for this to ripen. This can come out. And there was an Heinz plum tomato here. It was a free packet of seeds with it, something that we bought, and it wasn't good. Didn't like the plant, didn't like how it was growing, didn't like the tomato it threw out, so we took that out while we were there. The chilies now are just starting to colour up, just turning now. These strawberries we're going to take out and we're going to put in there in soil, ready to overwinter. As you can see, these here are the mortgage lifted tomatoes. Very pleased with these, very meaty, very tasty tomatoes. And we've got plenty coming on there, all up here. The problem I've had with these Heinz tomatoes, I've just picked one up off here. If you look at it, it's discoloured and it's dry inside. I've got a knife, but I've got a pair of scissors that might do it. It's not right at all, so that's why I took the plant out. As you can see, we took them off. They weren't ripening up right. Just didn't look right, and wasn't much for the taste of them. So I took them out. We've got to learn as we go along. Lessons learned. You know, it's a case of learn as you go. You don't expect to know it all in one go, and you don't expect it all go right in one go. We have made mistakes and errors, but we'll learn by them for next year, next growing season. We just got to get this system ready now to go through the winter for us. As here in England we haven't got a lot of summer left. So until the next time, if you like, please like the video, comment, I'll get back to you soon. Till the next time, bye. Just thought I'd start show you what we've picked off today. These are the Japanese Cascade. Really produced a hell of a lot of tomatoes they have, and they're beautiful and sweet. These are the Mille Fleur. They are absolutely abundant, but I won't grow them in the aquaponics again. They take up that much room, so they are out for outside next time. These chocolate cherries here, again, loads of tomatoes on them. I'll grow them again inside, really nice tomatoes. Jen's tangerines, they are nice tomatoes. We've had, this one here is the mortgage lifter. I'll cut that open for you in a minute and show you, because I'm having that for my tea with some bacon and cheese. This is the orange banana, they're really nice tomatoes. The Amish paste, purple plum, I'll cut that open for you in a minute and show you inside that, really nice tomatoes. And we've had loads of purple beans off. 2 chocolate peppers off today, yellow peppers. These are the Super Marmande. Not 100% happy with these. A bit like your shop bought tomato, and not 100% happy with them. I don't think we'll be growing those again. These are the plum tomatoes, and this variety of the plum tomato we'll definitely not be growing again.